Hi there and welcome to Meals with Maria. Today I have inexpensive Crockpot meals for you. Inexpensive as always, and Crockpot because it is darn hot outside. I know a lot of places are reaching the triple digits and I do not want to turn on that stove for anything. So I have some great meals for you to kind of beat the heat, not turn on the oven. Just set it in the Crockpot and forget it. It's Tommy's 7th birthday and he wants to show you this amazing Mario Bowser's Castle he's working on from Lego. Oh, he's huge! My 7-year-old Mario boy.
Can you show them to box?
Okay, I'll show them the box. Yeah.
Show it what it looks like.
Yeah. We got chocolate face over here. Chocolate face balloon boy. Julian just learned to blow up a balloon by himself and he's very proud, so he wanted to show you as well. And on another note, we will get to the point, and here are some fabulous Crockpot meals. This first recipe is for a Swedish meatball that I saw on TikTok. I'm just using some frozen meatballs. You can just use 1 pound, but I'm gonna use 2 so that I have leftovers. To your meatballs, add 1 can of beef broth, and I'm just using beef bouillon because it's cheaper and easier. And then 1 can of cream of mushroom soup. And our last ingredient right now is just 1 packet of onion soup mix. It is that simple. Then mix everything together and we're gonna put this in the crock pot on low for 6 hours. After your 6 hours is up, this is kind of what the meatballs look like. They are pretty thick. The sauce is really thick, so you're gonna wanna thin this out. So I am actually gonna add like a little bit of a slurry. So 1 teaspoon of water and 1 teaspoon of cornstarch, and then about 1/4 cup of Greek yogurt or sour cream. And then because I had so many meatballs, I really wanted my sauce to be thinner. I added about 3/4 cup of water as well. You could add chicken broth here, but because we added that onion soup mix and the cream of mushroom, there's already so much flavor in this and they're already salty enough as is. So if you added chicken broth, I just think that you'd be adding a little bit more flavor, but it kind of depends on how you like it. So I just used water and it thinned it out just right. It was absolutely perfect. I served my meatballs over egg noodles with just a side of really simple microwaved green peas. And this was a amazing, fabulous dinner. The kids loved it. Benjamin actually thought it was like the best thing ever. And we had leftovers for actually a couple days and ate all of it. Like it was our favorite thing ever. It's such a good meal and it was great to have all those leftovers. It really rolled us over and tied us over for lunches in the next few days. The next Crockpot meal is a Caesar chicken sandwich, and I had never had this before. Like I've had chicken Caesar wraps and stuff, but I've never done like a shredded chicken with Caesar in a sandwich. So I was excited to try. I'm using 3 frozen boneless, skinless chicken breasts, just putting a little bit of garlic, pepper, and salt over the top, and we're gonna cook those on low for about 4 hours. Chicken breasts cook up really, really fast, and if you cook them too long in the crock pot, they will dry out. So I do not recommend it. It depends on your crock pot for sure, but mine cooks fast and hot. And so in 4 hours, mine were perfectly ready to shred and nice and moist, not dry at all. You just want to shred these up whatever your favorite way is. I like to, I'm a glutton for punishment, so I just like to do it with forks, but you could just totally get out your mixer and do it a lot faster if you use your regular attachments on your mixer, your beaters, right? And then put the chicken in there. It will shred up perfectly for you. I don't know why I don't do that. Even if you're not making this chicken Caesar sandwich, this is a great way to make some shredded chicken for the week. But I am going to make the sandwich. So you just want to cover your chicken in Caesar salad dressing. I will put a recipe for Caesar dressing down below if you want to make your own. But I find that it's actually a lot cheaper than buying all the ingredients to just buy the salad dressing. I know that at Aldi, you can get it for around $1, and Walmart is probably the same. I'm just going to use a burger bun that I got 8 of at Walmart for $1. I toasted mine because I do like a little bit of crunch, and then I have a couple pieces of romaine lettuce because what is Caesar without romaine? And we're just going to add our chicken to the sandwich, and it is that simple. This is delicious. I love it. The kids loved it, and they just love everything these days, which I'm very proud of them for eating. And you know, it falls over, but it's still really delicious. And I will be making this again because it is easy and it is so cheap. I just served mine with a salad, but I also think it would be good with like some sweet potato fries or some tater tots or anything that you like to serve with a little sandwich. Potato chips, something about potatoes in a sandwich. It's got to be good. You like that?
I give it a 5.
Oh my God, he's too much. He's so excited. I think I saw food fly there. I'm like, oh, such a mess. That was fabulous. So this next dinner, we're going to make tacos. We're going to make salsa ranch tacos because they are so easy. I'm actually just using the rest of that package of frozen chicken. And I had this plan. I was going to make this salsa ranch chicken and ran out of salsa. So I had to search through my pantry. I'm like, what's salsa made out of? Diced tomatoes, onion, and a little garlic powder. And it turned out great. So, hey, if you don't have what you think you need on hand, you can make things happen with what is in your pantry. Do not forget. And I'm just going to cook this again for 4 hours on low because that's how my crock pot cooks chicken really well. But you do you, and whatever works to make sure that your chicken isn't dry, go ahead and test that out. I feel like so many recipes are like 6 to 8 hours. And if you do that, you're going to end up with chicken that is not really that great. So if you feel like my crock pot recipes aren't really hitting right, it might be because you're cooking your chicken for too long. So I was out of salsa. I was out of many things, and this is pantry cooking at its finest. I'm grabbing the last of some Greek yogurt that I had here that we're going to use kind of as a sour cream. And yeah, it wasn't a lot, but it was happy, made my kids happy for what they had. And I was like, we'll just make other things to put on top of our tacos and they'll still be good. So I'm just shredding up the last bits of some Colby Jack and some cheddar cheese that I have here. We're using every last bit of everything that is in the house before I go grocery shopping. I did have some tomatoes that were kind of on their last legs. So this is the perfect thing to make a pico out of. So if I don't have salsa, I'm going to make a pico de gallo. Usually pico de gallo does have some jalapeno in it, but because everyone in my family, aside from me, does not like spicy stuff, I opt not to use that anyway. So we're in good shape. We can make kind of a very bland pico de gallo, which was really, really good over the tacos. So I'm just dicing up my tomatoes. I have some red onion, minced cilantro. I really didn't have that much, so I actually spread this tiny bit out among my pico de gallo, and I made a fresh guacamole out of some leftover avocado as well. Add a couple squeezes of lime juice to that and a little bit of salt, and it makes a delicious fresh pico to go over your chicken. Just made out of random things that I found around my house. For the guacamole, I minced up some garlic, probably about a teaspoon of fresh garlic to about a half a teaspoon of salt. And if you don't have fresh, you could totally use garlic powder. And then that's less than a teaspoon of minced cilantro. If you have dried, that's a good option too. I just didn't have any on hand. And some red onion. Again, onion powder will do if you need it. That's probably about a 1/4 cup of minced red onion. And then I happen to have all these cut up avocados from different things, and they need to be used. Yes, they're a little bit brown, but once you kind of mush it up into your guacamole, everything looks fine and it looks good and it looks fresh. So not a big deal to use some leftover avocado when you're making guacamole. It's a really great use for it, and it makes it into a whole different thing instead of my kids going, that's brown, I don't want to eat that. They love the guacamole. And I'm also going to add a couple wedges of lime to this. Just squeeze those right in. That citrus flavor really brightens up a guacamole. It's kind of what makes it so fantastic. And as I walked away to do something else with the kids, I found a bandit on my camera. So my husband's just stealing the cheese from our tacos. Not nice, not nice. I had to text him that picture. I was like, I caught you. I know what you did. For this chicken, we're going to do the same thing. We're just going to shred it up however you like to shred it up. And this is our meat for our tacos. It's absolutely fabulous. I love that salsa and ranch flavor. And I don't think I mentioned earlier, it's probably about a tablespoon of ranch dressing, or you can use like about half a packet. And that should be plenty for you. It gives you lots and lots of flavor. And we cooked this nice and low and slow, so it's nice and moist and just fabulous. Keeping with that pantry cooking thing, I had like 4 larger taco shells and then a bunch of those mini ones left over from my fish stick tacos. So lots of options to choose from. We all had something different. This is how I made mine. They turned out absolutely delicious. You know, whatever toppings you like on them, and they were totally fabulous. Please also give this video a 5 by giving it a thumbs up and a high 5 to my channel by subscribing and being able to see my videos in the future. I really, really appreciate it. I want to thank you so much for watching today. I have so many other slow cooker videos for you, so I know that's what you're looking for. Check out this video right here.
use. Now